there, particularly Aaron Donald. You've got now this San Francisco, if they get healthy with all those guys, Nick Bosa and crew coming back, and now this 1-2 punch in Arizona. That's where you are, Cam Jordan. You're in Arizona. What was your reaction yesterday, and what are you hearing about J.J. Watt choosing the Cardinals?
Look, this was fun for me. I sort of sit back, with free agency pending for a lot of players. I sit back and just eat my popcorn and watch what happens, because it's fun to see, not only fans but analysts have every idea of where he could go. And then, of course, he comes up with the source me being a part of the Red Sea. And of course, he'd been linked to Pittsburgh. He'd been linked to the Browns. He'd been linked to, every other team. And then all of a sudden he comes up with the Cardinals. It's like everybody had their own idea until they realized, this is back when, J.J. Watt was in one of the greatest draft class ever in 2011. Every offense to everybody else, because I just am biased like that. But that's where we trained at. We trained out at what is now Exos out in Cave Creek, Arizona, and it looks like he's coming back to his training ground draft class 2011 roots.
So, Graziano, we had put him in a lot of other places based on the chances of winning in Green Bay, based on playing with his brothers in Pittsburgh. In the end, and there's nothing wrong with this, he went to the place that could afford to pay him the most money. That feels like the way this thing played out, Dan.
It does. To Cam's point, it was a tough day, for those of us who report on the league, because everybody was wrong about where JJ might go. But sometimes you miss. It's okay. I thought he'd end up in Green Bay personally, but they didn't have the cap space. Arizona obviously did, and they made a big play for him. This is big money. Remember, this guy was supposed to make $17.5 this year from Houston, non-guaranteed. Now this contract per Adam Schefter is going to pay him $23 million guaranteed over the next couple of years. So that's a big win for him. Arizona's got some other free agents on defense that they have to try and bring back. Patrick Peterson, Hassan Reddick, guys like that. But they thought they could bring in J.J. Watt, put him in the interior, kind of unlock the pass rush even more. Chandler Jones, as great as he's been with a strong interior pass rush, can only be even better. Another thing I'm sure Cam can speak to as well. But Arizona thought this was a play worth making in a tough division, and they think it sets them up.
Tough, I think, is an understatement, Marcus. I think it's the best division in football right now if you look at it from top to bottom. And many of us look at it and say, he chose a team that could wind up being third or fourth in that division. Or could they stun the world? More surprising things have happened, Marcus Spears, than Kyler Murray turning it on in year 3 and that team shocking the world. Give me a first guess. With J.J. Watt in Arizona, how good are they going to be?
They're going to be very good, G. Not only because of his skill set. Look, he has familiarity, too, with Vance Joseph, which I think played into this and how they want to rush the passer. Vance is real electric with his blitz packages. But with JJ, you don't have to send extra guys. Makes you a better defense when you can commit guys on the back end defensively in that division, with now Stafford and Russell Wilson and Jimmy G potentially coming back for San Francisco. So he's a big upgrade. If Kyler can get back to form when he was injured to playing at that MVP level early in the season like he was, that makes them formidable in their division, let alone talking about a playoff berth.
So that's the story in Arizona. Our next stop this morning is in New Orleans, where Drew Brees is 42 years old, and everyone's expectation is that he's going to announce his retirement, and then he posts this video of himself working out like crazy. You see it here, pushing a tackling sled all over the place and all the rest of that. And I will repeat what I said yesterday. If the truth is he's going to come into broadcasting, and that means that all of us in broadcasting going to have to start working out like that, I have a major problem with this. I'm not okay with it at all. But Cam Jordan, again, I think from the outside, all of us have expected or are expecting that Drew Brees has played his last game. As a teammate, when you watch that video, what is your expectation?
Nothing. As a teammate, when I see this video, he's working out. That doesn't tell me whether he's in quarterback shape, football shape, or any type of shape. I mean, doesn't Brett Favre still work out? Doesn't Donovan McNabb still work out? If Donovan McNabb gets under the bench press right now and, puts up 225 for 15, will we say, oh, the cannon's back, he's ready to release one? I mean, we all have a speculation. Until Drew decides to make a decision, I'm going to take that with Drew just being Drew. I don't think Drew hasn't worked out every day since the last time he took a break was probably before he was a Boilermaker. He's going to work out every day. That's the type of guy Drew is. He's going to work out. He's going to keep his body right. He's going to keep his mindset right. And when he decides to make his decision, that's when I'll react. When, I see every speculation going, I've had to go 10 years of, speculation. Oh, is he getting too old? Because when I came to the league, he was 32. He had just come up. He just won a Super Bowl a couple years before, and they were sitting at 32. Hey, he's a little older now, sitting at 42 or about to be 43. The world has their own decisions to make. But until Drew says something, I'm just going to sit here and let the analysts analyze. You guys do what you guys do best, and I'm going to sit here with my bag of popcorn. Until Drew says, let's go, or no, I'll be here.
I'm good with that. And again, if he wants to work out, that's all good. Now, can someone get the man an elliptical? I mean, sort of a run on a treadmill? Do we need to be pushing tackling sleds all over the place? Marcus, how about it? I mean, is that just normal working out for a 42-year-old? I was a 42-year-old man once. I never did that. What do you think?
Gee, it's not normal working out, but you remember I've worked out with you, and I know you'd be dead. I'd have to call the paramedics for you if you did a workout like we just watched what Drew Brees did. The bottom line is this, though. Like, I know, look, Cam is Drew's guy, and they've been on the team together. Drew out of there. I can say it. Cam said, let the analysts analyze. Well, damn it, I'm going to analyze. Drew about to chunk the deuces. Drew is getting ready to get that body right to put them suits on in the booth next year and talk about Cam balling out against somebody else. That's what he's working out for. Plus, he just wants to look good. He's trying to continue his trend of staying in football shape without it. Obviously, I didn't care about pushing the sled when I got done. I didn't want to look like I played football anymore. I wanted to look like I was on TV. So ESPN decided to give me a check. I decided to come on this television and try to look as good as I possibly could in the suits. That don't involve pushing the sled, so I see how everybody could get excited. But like Cam said, Drew is one of those guys. He gonna work out, just to be in shape. Where I'm from, you don't do that. You eat just to eat so you can enjoy eating. You don't work out to enjoy working out. Bottom line is this. Drew Brees is about to go to the booth. Cam Jordan got to say what he's saying because that's his teammate. He want to be respectful to Drew. But Drew is pushing the sled so he can look good in them $2,000 suits he about to be wearing in that booth when he talking about football next year.
All right, fair enough. Graziano, I'm going to ask you to help me judge this last part of our moment here, and that is we're going to do a little Who Did It Better video, okay? Because we've got two D linemen on our program today, both of whom made legendary pick sixes. The first is Marcus Spears versus Oklahoma in the Sugar Bowl. Here we go. There's the big swaggo with the pick six in the national championship game. So there's that touchdown there.
Wheels, man.
Here he is picking it off in the national championship game.
Get to the sideline.
Let's show Cam's. We got a pick six for Cam just this past year against the Lions in the end zone.
Let's go.
Oh, tipped and he catches it.
Oh, that's better. That's better.
Who did it better?
Fantastic. So efficient, right? Cam didn't have to run anywhere. Like that's where to get it, right? Yeah, you get it right when you're already in the end zone. The work is done.
In the end zone.
Marcus out there running half the length of the field to score. So I think Cam points for efficiency, but Swagoo gets the points for the effort that went into actually turning it into a touchdown.
What do you think, Cam? Do you have to give it up to Marcus? Do it better on the pick six?
I'm gonna say yeah, because it cost me like $5,000 because I dunked right after I scored. He got his for the free. He worked for his and then got to celebrate. Mine, I got a little too zealous and I went ahead and dunked one over the crossbars. And I got to.